Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know, pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need to keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage as they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
What up?
Hey, bro.
What
That
up?
video, that video is dope, man.
Yeah.
Good, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get to play it earlier, but now we played it, baby.
All the
Called Way Up.
dynamics, man.
Now we going. On track, now we
Everything
gon'
just
way
nailed,
up.
man.
Now we gon' way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy.
Yeah. Keep that same energy, everybody. What do you
Yeah,
think?
man.
Hey, the winner's Kansas.
Different, just the 7 seas.
Kansas took the win.
Different, make that lemon squeeze.
Man.
Went off for my style and identity.
Woo.
Bounce back and get the cheddar cheese.
Welcome back to the part 2. My partner is here. My partner's here. Kansas, congratulations to Kansas. I told y'all earlier, if y'all watched the pre-game for the first game, I'd let you know Kansas is going to win. I kind of gave you my prediction on the second game over here, but we'll talk about it a little bit. Let's do a wrap-up of the first game, and then we'll get right into the second game, Canteen.
All right, bro.
I got his band.
What do you think of this song?
Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need to keep it coming
Hey, where you
on.
get that song from, man?
Friends,
Yeah.
I put that on my name, that I put them on.
Yeah.
Stage as they sing along.
All right. Let's get into it. Yeah. Let's go. All right. Welcome to the show, part 2, or dos in Spanish, or deux in French. You know any German?
Nah, bro.
Doinst. I don't know what it is in German.
I don't know nothing about that.
All right, welcome to part 2. Let's wrap up the show. Kansas takes the win. Is going to be in the championship game. Gillespie had 7 points. David McCormick led the team with 25. I told y'all in this game that McCormick was going to be key in this game because they didn't have a lot of height. You know, Villanova didn't have a lot of height. They were scrappy. They played good team defense. They kept them in check for a little while, but Kansas never trailed in this game. They led throughout the game and pulled away late. Dixon had 3 assists. Braun had 5 assists. Look at some more box scores here. For Villanova, Slater led with 16. Actually, Gillespie led with 17, and then Slater had 17, and Daniels had 13. And then for Kansas, of course, McCormick had 25. Abaji had 21. I think he hit 6 3-pointers. Braun had
7 from the 3-point.
Yeah, and Brown had 10 points, and then Harris chipped in 9. I think he hit 3 3-pointers. So, man, shout out to Kansas. What do you think? What happened here?
Bro, Villanova, man, I had a lot of faith in them. I had a lot of faith in their coach, man, but they to be honest, they didn't shoot the ball well, and their defensive matchup wasn't really well to me. from what I saw from the game, man. I think Kansas and Bill Self, they overplayed those guys. They had a phenomenal game. So whomever matches up against Kansas, I believe Kansas can give them a run for their money, man. Just to be honest. I mean, those guys look great, man. They look phenomenal on paper, man. I mean, 25 points by McCormick. I mean,
I mean, and I said it earlier. If you look at the video earlier, I said, "Hey, McCormick's going to have a tight advantage in there, and he's going to be a problem for them because they don't really got a guy who matches up physically with him." And I've seen them do that before when they have that height advantage. That they feed the ball into McCormick and get until they can really stop it. They're just going to keep feeding McCormick. All right, what do you think about your background? What's up?
Hey, bro, I love it,
like
man.
It?
You know I love it. Yeah, bro.
I got that green screen going. So welcome to the show. Part 2, gonna look at the show, gonna look at North Carolina and Duke. I gave you this rundown earlier. UNC beat St. Peter's Peacocks 69-49 to get from the Elite Eight to get to this game. They also beat UCLA in the Sweet 16 and Baylor, which is probably their best win in the opening game. When I told you that game they were gonna come back, and they came back and almost won that game. Baylor did, but that was their best win, I think. In this tournament, St. Peter wasn't really. I mean, I think they were bound to lose at some point because it just had a run, and they weren't able to keep that up. And then, of course, Duke, Coach K's last year, everybody's talking about it, trying to go for his 6th championship. They beat Arkansas in the Elite Eight, Texas Tech, my Red Raiders, in the Sweet 16, and then Michigan State in the round of 32. So what do you think here, North Carolina and Duke?
Man. Hey, I'm going to tell you about UNC.
Right.
Baycott. Watch out for Baycott.
Okay, Baycott,
man. But then,
well, he's their leading scorer. He averages 16 points a game, 12 rebounds a game. The last game, he had 20 points and 22 rebounds, but it was against the Peacocks.
Peacocks and St. Petersburg.
I mean, they don't have a lot of size, so I don't expect him to get 22 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you? I mean, I don't.
Bro, to be honest, like I told you, man, I think it's gonna be a tight game, man. Banchero's a good kid too now for Duke. Banchero.
Banchero.
Yeah, so my prediction right now.
Okay.
Duke is a 4.5 point favorite. Oh man, I'm going with North Carolina. Hubert Davis, man. Upset by 8.
See, that's your problem, Canteen. You always go for the upset. You always go for the underdog. You always go for the upset. You want to get
the underdog,
the good
bro.
take. Come on, man. You always like to go for the underdog. If it's not your team, you go for the underdog.
Bro, that's just how I am, man. I'm going for the underdog, man.
Okay.
I've always been like that, bro.
Right.
Always.
Yeah, Hubert Davis, congratulations to him. He just took over less than a year ago from retiring Roy Williams and took him to the Final Four. He's the only player to be in the Final Four as a player and now as a coach. He's the only person to do both as a player and a coach to be in the Final Four. So shout out to Hubert Davis for that. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
And then, so I think the problem, this is a problem that I talked about earlier. Banchero, man, he's a man among boys, and he's still a boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'10", but he's a full 6'10". He's gonna fill in the NBA. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one and done and he goes to the NBA. He averages 17 points, 3 assists, and 7 rebounds. But it usually has 3 or 4 assists a game. That's pretty good for a 6'10" guy who's basically a power forward, but he can handle the ball as well. Wendell Moore Jr.'s 13 points. Jeremy Roach has been big. He was hurt throughout the year. He was really coming off the bench, and now he's a starter starting the tournament. Coach K has been starting Jeremy Roach, and he's been big. He averages 8 points during the year, but during the tournament, he's averaging almost 13 points in the tournament. Trevor Keels is another freshman, averaging 11 points. And then, of course, A.J. Griffin, a third freshman. I call him the Terrific 3 freshman instead of the Fab 5. Huh? Yeah, okay.
Fab 5, man. Don't talk about it, bro.
Terrific 3. Terrific 3 right here. I mean, you got A.J. Griffin, Trevor Keels, and Paulo Banchero. Great freshmen who are starters on this team. Mark Williams is your 7-footer. He's going to be a problem for these guys. They don't really have a guy that can match up with him. They got Babcock, but I don't know if he can handle Mark Williams. Just pounding with him. he's not going to be a factor because Mark Williams, he averages 11 points and 7 rebounds. He's not a banger necessarily, but he's got some size, so he's going to be a problem. I think more on defense against Bacot, and I think that Banchero is going to assert his dominance. He's been getting better. I watched every game. Of course, I watched the Texas Tech game, the whole thing, out wire to wire, because that's my team. Banchero has gotten better every game. He's gotten better. I saw the Arkansas game, and he was a little more tentative. The only thing about Banchero that I wish he would do more is I wish that he would take advantage of his size when he's got a smaller guy on him, because many times, because of the position he plays almost like small forward. Because of how he plays, he'll get little small guys on him. He needs to just back them down and use his size advantage. And I think if he does that a little more, I think that they'll win this game and the next game. But I've got Duke winning this game. I think it'll be tight. Carolina is playing North Carolina. The Tar Heels are playing inspired basketball right now. They did beat St. Peter's, which was not a great win just because St. Peter's just had a run, and they just happened to get to lead 8. They played well, but they were bound to run out of gas. I don't think they could have kept up that pace. Go ahead.
Who do you think is going to be the dominating factor for North Carolina, man? Bacot?
Bacot will probably be your leading scorer. I think for them, if they can get some points out of Leaky Black and Brady Manick. Brady Manick might be the X factor in this game, coming out of OU. He's been kind of an X factor for them. He's kind of helped them get over the top. And if he can stay out of foul trouble, because sometimes he tends to get into foul trouble. If he can stay out of foul trouble and give them about 16 to 18 points, he'll keep the game close. I think Manick is the guy who's going to be the key, because Armando Bacot is going to get his points. I think he's going to get his rebounds. He's a great player. He's going to get his. He's a junior, 6'10" junior. But I think Manick is going to be a key. If he can have a great game, maybe even a 20-point game, I think they're going to need that from Manick to keep this close, and then get a little bit out of Black and a little bit out of one of the other guys that they have. I mean, I don't know all the guys that play with them, but they got a couple of guys that don't give them a whole lot. Let me see who the other player I'm thinking of.
RJ Davis?
Yeah, if they can get a little bit of RJ Davis, a little bit out of Justin McCoy. If they can get help from them, I mean, they don't have to score 10 points. I mean, if they can get 6 to 8 points out of those guys, and then Manick can get them like a 20-point game or something like that, I think they can keep it close. Yeah, but if Manick struggles, if he gets in foul trouble, I mean, this is going to be tough for North Carolina to win this game.
Yeah, man, it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be tight across the board, man. Like I said, I mean, as you aforementioned, man, these guys got to come to play, man, and I always go with the underdog, man. I roll with Providence. A long ride, man. And
right. This is going to happen to underdogs.
And for some reason, every time I pick an underdog, we never win.
Yeah, I think you're like the curse. You're the curse of the underdogs with you.
Now I'm the curse.
Because you pick underdogs and they lose, bro. But I think you pick them because I don't know, you have like an affection for underdogs for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe that's just in you. That's just who you are. You're
just like when Arkansas played New Mexico State. I was going from New Mexico State, bro.
I know.
Just going for teams that people don't think have a chance.
And then I think you were going for Arkansas after you went against them the first game. I mean, you're just an underdog guy, man. You just have a heart for the underdog. That's all it is. You have a heart for the underdog.
I think they have just as much chance as a good team, but I'm sticking to my guns and that. I'm going with North Carolina, man.
Okay, you can go with North Carolina.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Hey.
And if North Carolina win tonight, they're gonna win the national championship.
Oh, okay.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Okay.
Calm, bro.
Yeah, I don't think whoever comes out of this side, I think Duke has a better shot at it. To be honest, Duke has a better chance of beating Kansas. I don't think North Carolina can beat Kansas. I just don't think they can. I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough one. I just think Duke has a better chance because they have a 7-footer who can match up inside with McCormick. They can't play that inside-outside game with Duke like they can with UNC. But I think Bacot can still play that center position pretty solid. So both teams they're not gonna be able to. I mean, with either team, McCormick is not gonna have a big game because I think they got enough inside to keep him in check. He's not a big scorer anyway. He had a big game this game, so I don't anticipate him having a big game next game. Right. So I think it's gonna be tough. I just think Kansas overall has a pretty solid defense, and they got a lot of guys who can get hot and score. Of course, Abaje is a good scorer. He kind of struggled from inside. He had a great outside, but he should have been driving more. I think he should have had some more layups, some more dunks. But maybe he'll be more aggressive going to the basket. I think that's where he needs to really be aggressive in the next game if they want to take it all the way. I wouldn't be surprised if North Carolina or Duke win, but I think Kansas is. I favor Kansas in the next round, no matter who it is. What's that?
They got too much firepower, man. Bill Self and Kansas, man, them boys.
Yeah, like I said, they played in probably toughest conference. Some people argue it's not, but I mean, Big 12 is from top to bottom. You could lose any game, even to the last place, team. Iowa State made a run in the tournament. TCU made a run in the tournament. Texas was a bit of a disappointment, and so was Baylor. But Baylor made a run and almost came back after being down 25, 26 points, whatever it was. They came back and tied the game. So it'll be interesting. I think those are definitely disappointments, Texas and Baylor in the tournament. I expected to be four or maybe five Big 12 teams in the Sweet 16, but I think we only had four, or three. I can't remember. I think it was three. But I thought maybe four teams at least from the Big 12 would be in the Sweet 16. So Baylor and Texas kind of let me down in that as far as the Big 12. They had a couple bad games, but that happens in this is a one and done tournament. You can have a bad game, bro. And that's it.
Going home.
That's it. All right, let us know what you think. Who's going to win this game between North Carolina and the Duke Blue Devils? Hey, I mentioned Canteen. We're going to have a $50 gift card for the winner, whoever calls the winner on Monday. We'll talk about it a little more tomorrow on our regular show, but keep an eye out for that. We'll have some of the rules. We'll set out all the rules tomorrow in our game at 7:30 tomorrow. We're going to have our regular show. We'll talk about the NBA, NFL, college, talk about a little bit of everything, and we might have a special guest tomorrow, so just be on the lookout for that. We may have a special guest tomorrow, someone we all know and love. He may be on the show tomorrow. I'll leave it as a surprise for now, but yeah, I think Duke's going to win this game. Duke's going to win this game.
Are you crazy?
It's going to be close in the first half. I think Duke's going to pull away in the second half, and it's not going to be a blowout, but they'll pull away enough to make it pretty sure by the end of the game, kind of like this Kansas game. By the end of the game, we kind of knew Kansas was going to win. We kind of, everybody was like, it's going to take a little bit of a miracle for Villanova to pull out the victory. So it's going to be kind of like that at the end of this game. I think Duke's going to pull away a little bit towards the end of the game. But it'll be probably pretty close throughout.
I'm excited, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for the next one, man.
All right. Anything else?
I'm really excited.
Yeah, go ahead.
The show tomorrow is going to be raw and uncooked.
Yeah, we got a big show tomorrow.
We got a lot of ground to cover tomorrow, bro. A lot of
ground to cover tomorrow. Hey, y'all come in tomorrow. We got a lot of ground, but on the way up, baby. It's time.
I drip different, just the 7 C's.
Yeah. That's it. That's the song I had for the NCAA. Good video. I'm going to play the video one more time for you. If you missed it at the beginning of the show, I'm going to play that video one more time. It's a special video I made for the Final Four. Check it out. Going out from this show, I'll show that video one more time. Please watch it. I worked pretty hard on it. I mean, I didn't work hours on it, but I worked pretty hard on it. It wasn't maybe an hour, maybe a couple hours at least. But yeah, check it out. Appreciate you joining the show. Share, like, comment, do all that good stuff. All right, bro. Let's go, baby. You ready? Here it comes. All right. Here we go. See you next time, brother.
All right, bro.
All right. Way up, baby.
I'm gonna see the video one more time before we get up out.
All right.
There we go.
I'm just gonna mute you.
On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage and say sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we